What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. It is 5:48 in the morning. See, I don't lie. I keep it real, uncut, unedited, raw, and uncensored. You know, ever since we changed these clocks, instead of waking up around 5:15-ish, I'm now waking up around 4:15-ish. I was gonna go visit the wife on her side of the bed, but it was easier just to catch up on the news on my phone. Yesterday's video, I got quite a welcoming response on my letter that I mailed to the New York State Attorney General, Letitia James, telling her my viewpoint that if you are not an American citizen, you are not entitled to public assistance. The vast majority of you guys agreed. No one really unsubscribed. Well, actually, let me check the analytics of that video. Wow, I actually stand corrected. We gained 9 subscribers. Thank you so much. Look at that video performance. This video, all right, versus typical video performance. That is epic. Thank you, guys. Not too shabby. I wish this channel was like the Mikey Pipes Pipe Doctor YouTube channel, but only 51 subscribers in the last 7 days. Yeah, you think I'm going to show you that number under St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital? It's not that much, folks. It's not that much. All right. If you guys want to take a guess on what my 7-day revenue is on average for this channel, feel free to guess in the comment section down below. But it's not that much. Okay? I'm telling you that. It's not that much. Let's quickly talk about the training center. I only got one application sent back to me. If you live in the Long Island, New York City metropolitan area and you're interested in the free class offered here, email me, Mike at MikeyPipes.com, and we will have an application sent to you. There's no cost or obligation. It is run by the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy Charitable Organization, so if you want to make a donation, feel free, but there's no cost. Yesterday, I went on a Weil-McLain Ultra 3 service call. And we had a supply temperature sensor error on the display. All right? In case you guys don't know, this little bad boy right down there. See a little bad boy right there? Yeah. So this little bad boy right here was an issue. Now, what was interesting about the service call, I took this out. It still said that there was an error, the temperature sensor, right? There's another one up here. When I took this one out, the temperature on the screen went from like 63 and it went to like 250, and then finally it said open, right? So I plugged it back in, right? And then all of a sudden, the unit fired up. And I'm letting the homeowner know, who's like, listen, Mike, the thing's 10 years old. I'm always away traveling. Just replace whatever you want to replace. If you want to replace the whole unit, go right ahead. I was like, nah, listen, there's no real damage underneath to the heat exchanger. There's none of that good stuff. It looks like in pristine condition. Let's replace the U-control. Let's replace the 2 sensors. And have a nice day. You know, should definitely take care of it. Always use choice words, folks. Should. That way you can say, oh, you said it to take care of it. And I know I said it should take care of it. So anyway, we're gonna replace that U control, which is right in there, and that sensor later today. And another service call that came in, well, that's weird. That came in yesterday evening while I was sitting on the couch. Not sitting, I was laying down on the couch. I got my MacBook Pro out. I'm just doing some title optimization for some videos, and I have a lot saved up in the vault. So in case I go away, which is coming up in January for 2 weeks, I'll have plenty of food to feed you. But anyway, last night, I go on this service call, an emergency service call. Hold on, I need some more caffeine. I go on this emergency service call, no heat, right? The electrician is there now. Yesterday, late morning, I got an email from this property management company that we work with. Like, Mike, tenants are complaining there's no heat in the building. We'll be right there. Literally, less than a half an hour after getting the email, we're on site. I go down this very narrow basement staircase into the mechanical room that still 3 years later does not have proper illumination. And what that means is no fucking light in the boiler room. There's a light fixture that's been broken for 3 years. Go figure, right? And I see everything on the boiler is pitch black. The light on the low water cutoff is not on. And I see that the thermostat on the wall is blank. I have Derek get my tool bag. We take off the electrical cover to the service switch on the side of the boiler, and there's no power there. So I emailed the property manager, there's no power here, call an electrician, and then it should fire up. Well, they called an electrician who was there at 5 o'clock yesterday evening, finding that the building is half under construction without notification to property management, and that's why the heat is out, right? Because there's no power to the boiler. Electrician runs a new line, new circuit from, 200 feet away across a couple basements of these few stores and brings the power there. But while he's doing that, he brought temporary power to the boiler. I got a video of all this, by the way. I'll put a link in the description box of this video if you're interested in watching. And now that he has, some more lighting in there that he brought in Milwaukee, the power lights, I'm looking at the whole picture and I'm like, man, they have not taken care of any issue that we reported in August, just a few months ago. So there's multiple plumbing leaks in the ceiling above the boiler, lead bend on a toilet for this nail salon. There's a 2-inch cast iron waste piping that's cracked right down the line, and it's cocky, dripping on top of the boiler. The manual reset, secondary pressure control is all cocked up. There's rust on the terminals of the low water cutoff, even though the cover's on, but it's a disaster. The high limit control for the circulator that circulates water from the bottom of the boiler to a fan coil for another store on the first floor, that's all messed up. The circulator smells burnt, and I got good video of it and picture of it. It's like, it burnt up like a 5-alarm fire. The thing was toasty, but the Wagos inside still survived. And the vent damper was cooked. Got it up and running, replaced the circulator, removed the guts of the vent damper because I didn't have a piece of 8-inch flue pipe, removed the guts of the vent damper, bypassed the end switch wiring going to the vent damper, removed the power from the vent damper, that whole Molex connector thing, got them up and running, and then I sent them a quote for a boatload of cash. Something in my throat. But got them up and running. And I got it all on video, and I'll put a link in the description box down below. Today's Tuesday, the 2nd. Carlos and I, we're going to replace a 40-gallon gas-fired water heater. We're going to meet at the job. I have a requirement with the team. I don't care what time you come into the office in the morning to get yourself situated, as long as you had the first job at around 8 o'clock in the morning. So the job, if we leave at the right time, we'll be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, even though there's the immense traffic to get there. But I am going to be leaving here at around 7:10, which is about an hour and 5 minutes from now. Because I want to be there at 8 o'clock, and we'll see what time Carlos shows up. All right? He already knows that. I've mentioned to him that a few times. And then we are going to fix a heating system. Carlos will probably come with me. Daniel is going to 1, 2, 3, 4. And the fourth being Lochinvar, maintenance. He's got 4 service calls. And tomorrow the ACIQ. This is their, I guess show it to you. This bad boy right here. See that bad boy? This is the ACIQ. This is their flagship. Ultra premium, variable speed communicating 97%? Yeah, 97% efficient gas furnace. It's got that secondary heat exchanger. It's a really nice machine. Now, I've never opened it up. We took it out of the box just to take some measurements and confirm numbers that we needed. We are taking out an American standard 80% gas-fired furnace that was improperly installed. And we're going to install this. We're going to reinstall the evaporator coil on top of the furnace. And I'm really looking forward to the job. I really am. We're doing this tomorrow. We're going to run about 20 feet, maybe, not even about 20 feet, about 15 feet of exhaust. We got some fresh air coming from an existing 4-inch, which quote unquote was B vent, but it's not. It's just dryer vent that they ran outside. So we're going to use that as the plenum to bring in air to the furnace. But looking really, I can't wait to install it. This is going to be the first ACIQ furnace that we're installing here at Pipe Doctor Home Services. So stick around. Tomorrow will be the install. Hopefully tomorrow night or the following evening, I'll drop the video on the install. It's going to really look nice. And I have it scheduled for half a day for me, Daniel, and Derek. We're going to bang it out. I was recording and nothing was going on. Take 2. Thanks to a generous benefactor of the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy Charitable Organization, the Mikey Pipes 2025 version 2.0 poster is available. It's normally $42.50 delivered anywhere in the United States. I'll put it into a mailing tube. So if you want to donate $42.50, I'm going to send you a poster with a bunch of stickers. But if you're one of, or if 2 lucky people, email me right now, Mike at MikeyPipes.com. I will send you a free poster thanks to a generous benefactor who has been buying 1 poster a week for the last, 16, 17 weeks. Yeah, about so long. He's paying for a poster for you. So if you want a poster and you don't got $42.50, which is going to an amazing cause, email me, Mike at MikeyPipes.com. All right, folks. I have to change the calendar. Catch you in the next one. Be well. God bless. Stay safe.